Hello.
Hello, everybody.
I've got the steering wheel and it's the wrong side of the road. We could be in for a bumpy ride, but I'm trying my best. But first, I need to do something very important. Hi, Kim.
I love it.
Hey, Kim.
Hey, Kim.
Good to see you.
Soup is going to be late tonight and may not even appear at all because she's had to go and get something checked out. So we're really going to be busking it all over tonight. We've got some interesting things. Obviously, there's always something entertaining to talk about. Kim's laughing in the chat. Hopefully, everybody else gets that joke by now. We don't really have a problem with Kim in the chat. It's homage to the purple. Who, if you really want to have a laugh, get over to Matthew is Silly AF and listen to Eliza and Perp going at it. I was very entertained just before we came live.
I'm glad you like that.
Yeah, I was listening to it too right before I came on here. It was good. Eliza, you did really good. You and Kim both.
Well, she wanted me on her panel last night, but we know I don't go on Purple's panel. So I saw her at Matt's and I knew he'd let me on. But she didn't have much to say then. I don't know.
Where would you like to start, ladies? And there was silence. Let me play something for you that might make you smile, or it might make you tear your hair out, depending. Let me find it. This is a very brief clip of Ziggy responding to AB talking about Tiffany and Tiffany talking about the fake check. Listen and then give me your unmasked and honest opinion.
Go fuck yourself, all of you. Whoever
I've never
fake fucking check.
No, somebody in the comments said, didn't Ziggy defend Tiffany at one time? No, I've never defended Tiffany with anything that I can think of. Have I? When have I ever defended Tiffany? Whether I was cool with her or not. I didn't ever change. My viewpoints do not change about somebody's actions just because if I like them or don't like them,
Well, that's interesting.
I have been yelled at her so many times for pointing that out.
I'm pretty sure that it started out as an attack over the check and then a defense over the check, and now it's an attack over the check again. But that's just my opinion. I may be completely wrong. That's not how I remember it. Oh dear. Yes, apparently there's been some debate about whether Candace said that Summer was in heaven. Now, let me make it very clear from the get-go. Candace did not say that. It seems to have been a mistake that occurred when Daisy from the farm read a comment, said hello to Candace in her chat, and then read a comment from another woman in the chat. And these two comments got conflated together. And I believe Justin was restreaming Daisy, and Justin maintained that it was, in fact, Candace that had said that about Summer. Summer's name was never mentioned. And then, of course, Tiffany heard that somewhere else and decided to phone TBI about it, only to then discover that it was actually not a thing at all.
Wow.
So, of course, she then went on the attack with Justin. Now, I don't... do we know whether Soup is actually going to manage to get here or not? Because Soup wanted to talk about this, and I'm just realising that I'm already starting, and I don't know whether she's going to make it. I'm going to stop there and move on to something else. Because if Soup's going to turn up, it would be more, she particularly wanted to say something about that. So
We'll let Soup give the soup on that.
yes, Six Up, she called the TBI to tell them that Candace had said that Summer was in heaven based on something that somebody said that they'd seen somebody say that Candace had said in a chat. Yeah.
Sounds legit.
Wee Frosty, was that about this information? Because if it was, I would really like to hear you explain that very much, if you could come up and tell us. If it was about something else, fair enough. But I would very much like to know.
I can shoot her a link.
Six Up is in the chat. Yeah, I've got something special for Six Up. Well, one and a little bit things, something special for Six Up, which I think she'll find entertaining. Do you want me to hit a commercial while we're deciding what to do?
Yeah, go ahead.
The Jerks are sponsored by Ziggy's Fantastical Fiction. Stories beyond belief.
You may know her from her many blockbuster stories. From her original breakout hits, My Drugs and DUI Stories, and her Green Card Marriage for Profit, she has gone on to attract attention with other audience-grabbing tales. Who can forget I Found the Bones? Puppy? What puppy? The Ben Hill Baby Factory. Chasing Jason, and the epic, fairy tale, fantasy romance, Rewriting Our Story. There was the more controversial, Stalked by a Window Ninja. What's a little financial fraud between friends? The truly outlandish, The Jerks Cursed My Vulva. And the questionable, Tarot for Idiots, by Idiots. Fred, My Meth Man of Mystery. Become a true crime charlatan. Waving wire for fun and profit. And the enduring series, Tales of Tiffany. Including the classic titles. That Bitch, Tiffany. Tiffany is good. Tiffany Revealed. My Friend, Tiffany. And the latest edition, Tiffany is Evil. For many, Ziggy's most famous tall tale is her evergreen classic, I'm So Transparent Guys. Who knows where the stories will take us next? But I think we can safely predict, it will be something monumentally fucked up.
Pearl. She always has us preview her work. We didn't get to see this
No,
one.
you didn't get to preview this one. It was a bit close to the wire getting it in. I was having some problems with the volume on some of the little clips. Shout out to the Window Ninja in the chat.
We got a Window Ninja?
Yes, our famous Window Ninja, Six Up.
Hey, Soup.
In fact, actually,
Soup made it.
let me follow this up quickly, given that we're now talking about the Window Ninja, so that we can then move on. Very important word from our sponsor.
Oh, yay.
The Jerks are sponsored by 6up Window Ninja. Dirty deeds, done dirt cheap.
Dirty.
Sponsor.
Six up. That's cute. She loves that. I know she loves it.
You're very welcome to use it anytime, Six Up. You know that. Welcome to our stuff.
Oh, Six Up.
Soup, I've been saving that clip. I
Oh,
almost
yes.
started talking about it. We were just discussing Tiffany deciding to phone TBI because of something that Justin said, only to discover Justin was wrong. And now that she was embarrassed, she goes in on Justin. Don't get me wrong. I'm not defending Justin. He should not have said it. He didn't know his facts.
Right.
He was streaming somebody. He inserted Summer's name, and Summer's name was never mentioned. So I have no defense of Justin.
No.
But I don't like the way that Tiffany chose to attack him.
No, she takes things typical Tiffany. I don't know what planet this girl is living on, but when she goes in about something, it gets so weird and bizarre, and she just she goes to places where I would never even think to go. Like, she was talking about Justin today, and
You want me to play the clip?
Yes. Yeah, we can play the clip. I want y'all to listen to this. Tiffany logic.
Hey, guess who hasn't uploaded the clip? It will take me but a moment.
Oh, you're good. I can play the role of
Love Pearl.
But yeah, she takes things way too far. This girl, who hasn't she called the TBI on at this point? Seriously, I'm being very serious. Is there anybody in this sector the TBI ain't been called on you?
I heard she was after Snooks on a community tab. Now, there's going to be an entertaining conversation because you know how Snooks gets.
I actually don't know her.
Other type of creator, and you needed someone to come on, maybe, I guess. But, you know, in true crime, you do it for the right reason.
You know what? Yeah, we
heart's
can
in the
talk
right
about
place.
that real quick. Actually, I don't usually get into this stuff, but Scarlett Poppyfield is not wrong. I didn't know that Justin had this fetish channel over there, Clutch Your Pearls, Clutching My Pearl, whatever it's called. He dresses up as a old woman and changes his voice to sound like an old woman. So he's got a fetish for old ladies or something. And children are watching. I don't know how I feel about I'm just going to say I don't know how I feel about that. Because I don't want to insult anybody. I know it's not politically correct to even discuss those types of things in public. But yeah, this is someone who dresses up in front of two children. And I don't want to bring up the children. I'll keep it like that. Dresses up as an old lady with a wig and pretends to be an old lady on camera on Clutching Them Pearls or whatever. So these are the people we're dealing with. That's the example that's being set in that household. Yeah. I can't. I had no idea he was changing his voice and dressing up like an old lady, or I didn't know that. So I guess we know what this is, all about over there, what he's got going on. That's his thing. So, I mean, I've seen all kinds of things here on the internet. I've seen people wear diapers. They have diaper fetishes, all kinds. I've seen all kinds of things. So Justin, listen, there's communities that are online where you can do this sort of thing in. I hope you're not letting your male children see you do these things. You're polluting and corrupting them if you are. That's abuse, in my opinion. Okay? To do that is abuse, in my opinion. And I never get into that kind of stuff. But I don't agree with it.
You know.
Hey,
Well,
did
Justin,
you hear? Go ahead. Go ahead, Suzette.
Where do you think the case sits right now?
Well, you just did step in it, you freaking weirdo. And what are you talking about? I just don't get down with that. Like, it makes me uncomfortable. And children are watching. What? Who? Whose children is watching this crazy sector?
It's bizarre because now suddenly, if you ever enjoyed Medea or any of the numerous films
Robin
where a man
Williams.
dresses up as an older woman, they're all fetish porn now, apparently. Pantomime, fetish porn. Anything that involves a man dressing up as an older woman for comedy is in fact fetish porn. You are saying it's fetish porn because you've got an axe to grind at the moment with him.
Yes.
And because he's LGBTQ.
Exactly. Who said that? Let me find that. Brooklyn. She makes it seem like he's sexualizing it. Exactly. I don't watch it, but I've seen it once. And this is not in defense of I'm not a Justice. Anyway.
I can't stand him. I find him, I am deeply insulted by him taking my comments out of this chat and taking them directly over to Ziggy on the live.
Right.
And more importantly, the fact that he didn't stand with House of Williams when he himself is LGBTQ. Instead, he stood with Molly and the vile stuff that came out of her mouth. So I have a real issue with him.
Yeah. But this
is just too far.
This is just her taking things way too far, as she always does. Like, girl, it's just a parody. He's dressing up being a goober. It has nothing to do with what you're trying. And you know better, Tiffany. You know better. You do this dumb shit all the time to try to plant seeds in weak-minded brains. And it's pathetic. I wish people would peep game on her. Well, I think most have.
Yeah, and then there's the whole, I'm going to talk about the kids, but not talk about the kids, you know?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Exactly. Yeah. We see what you're getting at when you have to mention that he's the father of boys. We know what you're hinting at. You're not clever and you're not slick.
No.
And then to go immediately to the whole sort of thing of adults wearing diapers or nappies, as we call them over here.
Right.
You're
so weird.
So transparent. You really are.
She's trying to make him sound like he's got some kind of strange addiction.
She was making him sound like there's a perversion. I've used that word deliberately there. I'm sorry that Tiffany Marie hasn't escaped from the 1890s. Obviously, she hasn't got out of her house since then either. But for the rest of us, sexuality, gender, and for most people who've survived the 80s, if not longer, have seen a man dress as a woman dress as a man, and it not be a sexual thing, it not be anything. People just want to wear clothes. Sometimes they do it because it's funny. Sometimes it's not. They just want to wear that. They just do that. It's not like he was banging his husband on the computer desk on live stream. There's a difference.
But that's the extreme she takes this shit to, though. Like, he's doing something so perverted. It's so weird, and I wish people would just call her out for it in her chat, but they won't. God help them. Just say, what are you talking about? This. And
it's not ignorance. It's planned. It's
very planned.
It's to a certain extent sophisticated in that, she says it all without saying it directly. I find it funny that she's so offended by Justin clutching his pearls when she's not so offended by her sending photographs of what she's been clutching, and we all know. So,
well, funny you should mention that. That's how I've sneaked up here, because this evolution of this discussion was not the only time that this happened. There was a late night call to the Benny, where Benny was on live stream doing whatever weird thing he's doing. telling Justin all about himself, apparently. And again, Justin, even if you don't stand up for yourself, your allies and those who stand shoulder to shoulder with you will stand up for you on this.
Wait a minute, who is Scott H's mystery van driver? What the hell? I'm sorry. Go ahead, I just wanted to know if that was actually Scott H or somebody else. What's a mystery van driver? Sorry, go on,
Unless it has the full team, including Scooby-Doo in it, I don't know.
I just got tickled when I see. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go on mute.
You missed this whole Benny was going full biblical with his preaching to the chat on family values, on how to raise children, how to bring them up as good Christians, all of the things, you name it, he was saying it. He was doing all of the things. Anybody who listens to either of these two reprobates and takes their word as golden, you deserve every little drop of silliness that is being poured on your head right now. Because if you don't see that for what it is, I don't know what to tell you. That was a whole performance. It went on for multiple hours. And again, that's both of them. So this whole late night call where Benny's on live stream, Tiffany Marie on the phone in the most weird little sex line voice of, well, yes, Benny, I'm disgusted by the whole situation. It was weird. I don't know whether Benny was getting off on it. I don't know how many people were there. I don't know if it was a group session. Who knows? But it was weird, yo. Weird. Really weird.
Well, this whole alliance between those two is weird, and I expect it to end horribly, as it always does. Hate bonding doesn't work.
Well, Benny's alliances don't work. He can't keep a friend very long, I've noticed.
No. Most people on here can't. I've noticed that. There's a lot going on in YouTube land, and hopefully everything settles down really soon. YouTube's wild. Lots of hate bonding, yeah.
It's an exhausting thing to watch sometimes.
So was Benny encouraging her to phone TBI?
A good question.
He was asking if, I think there was a whole discussion about whether she was, he didn't use the correct word. I know that that's a shocker for most people, but I can't recall it exactly. I'm not sure whether he said...
Benny didn't use the right word, you're kidding.
Right, I know, right. But it was like something like disarranged. He said, "Are you disarranged by this?" And then it all went after that. I was in tears crying. I was just like, oh my God, yous are all lunatics. This is terrible. I'm glad.
Did this all stem from the comment that they thought Candace made that Candace didn't make?
Yep. All of it. All of the whole thing. All the whole performance. Multiple hour session. Multiple streams.
Oh my God.
And this Tiffany is why Summer isn't being found, because of the dumb shit that the police have to sort through in order to get anywhere in this case. It's ridiculous.
It really is. I'd love to be a fly on the wall at TBI when Tiffany Marie calls in. Yes, I was just calling because Justice for All had a live stream and you'll probably have to get a warrant. But Candace said that her daughter was in heaven, and I thought you should know because, I mean, come on, Tiffany. Seriously, I know they were rolling their eyes at you. You're so weird. Why are you calling the TBI? That's like Cher. Remember when she called the TBI and then stuck her tongue out? Can y'all hear me?
I do remember.
Okay.
I found it funny that she said that she wanted the police to turn up at Justin's house, and she wanted them with a badge pressed against his forehead. I would imagine that she was thinking of the other item that the policeman often carries over there, pressed against his forehead, but didn't have the guts to say it. So she went with the warrant, you know, the badge.
Shit.
But we all know exactly what she meant. And of course, because she's been caught out phoning TBI with a piece of information that doesn't actually exist, now she's going in on him.
Hey, Connie, welcome. Glad you're here. Yeah, she's going in on him. And what about, what's that, Daisy, cow lady? Is she going in on her as well?
No. I think
No.
she sees it as a more honest mistake from Daisy, because what happened was Daisy said hello to Candace and then read this lady's comment in the chat about spend more time, you know, spend as much time with your children as you can, because she wishes she could, because her daughter was in heaven.
Right.
How that got, Justin was actually apparently streaming Daisy, how he managed to inject Summer's name into that. Summer's name was nowhere in those two comments, and that's how it ended up becoming a thing.
Also, wouldn't you all agree, even if that, which they didn't, Candace didn't say that, but if she had, that's not anything I would call the TBI over, because if y'all remember, Dawn and Candace throughout the 2 years have said strange things like, we'll see her in the resurrection.
Yeah, I think she was making the point that Donna said those things, but she's never heard Candace say it. I still don't think that that is a substantial enough issue to phone TBI over. Others may disagree. I don't know. I would...
Not from people like Cher or Tiffany Marie or Ziggy, people that have abused that phone number for their grievances against each other on YouTube. And if they think that that hasn't been put together by the TBI, they're incorrect. They figured
Any
it
of
out.
them. Because look at the hoo-ha that is going on at the minute of when did you know who, how did you know them, when did they talk to you, how did they talk to you, when did you talk to them about something else. It is the weirdest thing that has apparently been talked about by so many people so many times. But of course, the people with the answers are either too scared to speak up because of creators dragging them through the YouTube streets.
That's true,
Putting
Marlena.
their jobs and everything at risk, or because they're not willing to say that they never did contact TBI and law enforcement with their information, and then everybody else gets blamed in the middle of it.
It's a very weird, I've never seen something so weird on YouTube. It's very strange. And anyone participating in this, please get out of it. This is going to go nowhere fast.
Right.
And I believe Nana for Life got sucked into it somewhere along the road. I'm not sure. I think that Justin might have been talking to her when Tiffany heard that clip, but I wouldn't swear to it. I don't know whether Nana for Life can confirm.
I think she did because, well, because she calls her dad daddy. Let me tell y'all something. Most girls from the South, we call our dads, we still call them daddy. It's very common and normal. I don't know why. And that's another thing Tiffany was trying to make weird. I think it was Nana for Life. And that's nothing to make strange. I mean, I don't still call my mom mommy. I think that's a little weird to call her. She wouldn't want me to call her mommy. But there's nothing weird about that. Dad or daddy. I'm not calling him father. We're not that formal. Right, Nico. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, Tiffany, you are an utter disgrace. This is what we mean by you take it too far. Let's face it, your issue with Nana for Life is that Summer's Day was a success. It was everything that they intended it to be. It didn't blow up into any huge drama, which you were all hopefully rubbing your hands and couldn't wait to sort of build the funeral pyre and burn down the people who'd actually organised it. You didn't want to do anything yourself, but you were quick to criticise them. Nana for Life has never, and the other women have never been given their due for pulling summer's day off just as they intended, and for it being a constructive thing and a worthwhile day of remembering this girl who was missing. And I salute you, Nana for Life. You did a great job. She is being vile and disgusting, and there's no reason for it. It's just petty spite. And she goes to the most extreme manners of attacking people.
Yeah.
And she does it as if she's actually condemning them from some sort of righteous authority, sort of Mount Tiffany with her 10 commandments.
The 10 commandments of Tiffany Marie. Yeah. Like it's somehow in Summer's name. And I wish people would quit falling for that. But it looks like people really aren't. I haven't seen her subcount jump that much or grow that much. So I think a lot of people have peeped her play. I do.
There's still a lot who worship the ground that she walks on, and that's where it's dangerous, because anybody who watched her performance last night, both on her own channel and then on Benny's, and the little tag team situation they were pulling over there, for anybody to sit and listen to that in any way, don't give me that you just sit and moderate a chat. Don't give me that you just support that creator. The things that these people were saying were vile. Vile.
But this goes back to the way that she attacked one of her own mods by taking information that she'd heard and convoluting it into something even more extreme and even more disgusting. Because I think she gets off on accusing other people of sexual perversion. I'm not sure what that fetish is called. I have to look it up.
Sorry, I thought I'd muted my mic there, and if I hadn't, I was stirring my little coffee like my life depended on it. Sorry about that.
Was you on mute?
Apparently.
I thought I'd lost internet and dropped down. Damn it.
Whoopsie.
Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, she right
wild to
picks
me,
up. Ziggy has picked up the same behaviour, ridiculously extreme accusations against anyone that she doesn't like.
Yes.
Of course, it comes with the added thing of she's not saying it. It's the wavy wires and the little pieces of cardboard that are saying it. It's not Ziggy.
It's not Ziggy, it's the cards, Pearl.
It's the fact that she had to add in a whole sexual element at all. There's nothing about the performance that Justin has done in any way. Sorry, Justin, if I burst your bubble here, but it's not remotely sexual for anyone, I doubt. I strongly doubt. So the fact that somehow Tiffany and Benny see something sexual in it, I mean, maybe that says a lot about them.
Well, it certainly says that they weren't brought up in the UK, because what Justin's doing is what you take your kids to see at Christmas. It's called pantomime, or indeed sort of if you're one of the unfortunate people who have Mrs. Brown's Boys inflicted on you at tea time in the UK, a comedy show where a man dresses up as a woman. It's seriously. It's
or
like
Benny Hill, Kenny Everett,
yes,
Two Ronnies, you name it. Every comedy show that has existed in the UK for about 30 years has had something like that. We're weird, Joe. It rains a lot over here.
You all are way ahead of us too here in the States. More progressive, I would say.
Yeah, there's a lot that I could say about Justin, but that's certainly not one of them. And to bring his children into it, it's gross.
It really is low, isn't it? It's so low.
I think she's called the TBI on any and everybody. She's doxed all kinds of people. She's called their jobs, their parents. The bitch is insane. I said it.
I believe that she was offering money for Dietz's information.
Yep.
For Dietz?
Mm-hmm.
You can earn yourself $100 today.
Get it up front.
If you can furnish Tiffany Marie with the goods, she will happily turn up. She won't give $100 to anything to do with a missing child, but she will give it to you if you have Dietz' full legal information. Just saying.
Wow. What? And then she's going to get up there and dox her and then condone it by saying, I'm doing this for Summer, and if you don't like it, you can leave. Seriously, y'all, come
Right,
on.
because Dietz has anything to do with Summer.
But that's what she would
It's just
try
another
to do.
personal grudge. She's horrible.
Yes, we did, Yennefer. If you're talking about what she said today, sexualizing a man dressing up as a granny, we did that. You got to be careful with Tiffany, though. She's so petty. It's pathetic.
And a lot of the stuff from Father Benny is not fit to be replayed elsewhere, honestly. That's just the direct information of it, to be fair.
Is she good for $100? I have no idea. I would say Benny isn't.
Good question. She ain't good for any chick, Father Benny. No, Yennefer, I don't know if anybody, I'm sure somebody clipped that, though. I'm sure. I think Tiffany's doing this thing where she's putting all her lives on private or the highest tier. I can't believe people pay for that, because the last time I looked, this has been a year ago, I think it was like $200. I could be wrong, but it was way up there to view her or membership lives.
Well, that's what she does, though. Tells everybody that she's built this community. She has built the Summerwells community.
That's so
and then
weird.
Supposedly puts out very important information and then takes it away and hides it behind a paywall. If that doesn't tell you everything you need to know about her, if you knew nothing else, that should explain a whole lot. It's nothing to do with people earning a living. It's the fact of the information that she's choosing to hide here. It's a game to her. Summer isn't a game to the rest of us.
No, she's not. And it definitely is to Tiffany, the one that's over there claiming that she's doing all this for Summer. Shut up and go away. How about you do that for everybody?
Poppy says she built the wall in this community, the paywall. Good to see you, Poppy.
You didn't build nothing. Look, what you did is you created a Gmail account, okay? And then you created a YouTube account, which comes with it, if you didn't know. Everybody's got a channel. You just ain't uploaded to it, or some of us have. And then you started going live and cringing everybody out with that horrible voice. That's all you've done, Tiffany. You're giving yourself entirely too much credit.
Bugsy here being a little spicy in the comments.
Oh, our Bugsy.
I love Spicy Bugsy. Love it.
I do too.
I will give her 100 if she can do that backbend pick that Pearl created.
Don't we have a graphic for Spicy Bugsy?
Oh, do you want the original Tiffany thing? I'll go and grab it.
She's lifting it off her wall. She's not looking on a computer. Right. She has it framed on.
I tell you what, we've got some of the best subscribers. Shout out to y'all, and you know who I'm talking about, that send me stuff while I need it. Okay, the silence. Oh, okay.
I know, right?
I hate that.
Ow. I'm sorry, this dog wants attention. She's always on me.
While Pearl's looking for the picture, for those of you who didn't hear, the picture that AB is using, the image, shall we say, that was created by Lise Levac. Shout out to Lise. She's a very talented clip artist, and I love that.
She is.
These are skills that are admirable. They are funny as heck too. That's always a bonus.
She's got good captions too.
Oh lordy,
Mm-hmm.
Look.
Everybody report that. It's bitches.
You see when Pearl tells you in future that she just spat out a Satsuma segment? That's what she's looking at you. I'm just letting you know.
Wait a minute, 6 up put up a trigger warning. 6 up put up a trigger warning.
I salute her for thinking. I'm sorry for anybody shocked in the chat.
That's a cringe warning. That's something, Polly.
She made an announcement to her chat that Ziggy reviewed it, then AB reviewed it, then AB reviews it. It was a whole weird reviewception thing, as we were talking about earlier. But Tiffany Marie describes that picture and the versions of the image as SA.
I know.
And I'm like, lady, are you right in the head? No, that's the wrong question to ask. But what is going on in there?
She's like,
that's
anyone
not that.
that's looking at that, I would say that's SA. Really? Like you are a joke. You're really a joke. You can't do nothing but clown on you. God, no, there ain't no way I could ever take you seriously. No, that's not a real. That's not a real.
Apparently,
picture.
gymnastics and contortionism, and now sexual abuse.
It's wild. It's one thing that Tiffany and the Fawns have in common. They can both sit on their own head.
Yeah.
Weird trivia. It's a thing. Trust me. I'm not being strange for once. It is actually a thing.
Turn up the heat. I remember this. Hey, Pollyanna.
I'm sorry, but the first time I saw that image of AB, it was just like, this definitely looks like an advert for the sort of vitamins that they sell on certain channels.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, KB, I remember you too.
April, what kind of vitamins are those?
Eliza,
do you order those? Do you order
is
those
this
from
something that you
Timu?
want me to play, darling?
Yeah, I seen that too. Eliza. Elsa.
Where'd she go?
I don't know, but she ain't never as quiet. Now I'm about to worry. Oh, well. I'm sure she's fine. I do want to touch on this for a second. Y'all ain't ready.
Right ahead.
I did
Bring
watch,
anything you'd like to the table.
I did watch Hill's second live the other night. Oh my God. It may have been, no, it was worse than the first one.
Oh, yes.
She's not someone I'm going to talk about a whole lot, but I did want to touch on some of it. And I did read her dissertation underneath her description, and sounds like she's going to do some research on her own. I guess she's going to try to dox all us. Go ahead, do your worst. Dear God, lady, I don't know what you're going to do, but those live streams, I see why you just do uploads. It was crusty drawers. I wasn't ready for that second part of the name. It was definitely worse than the first. And she had turned off the comments. So there was nobody to stop or derail her. So she just kept talking, which needed to be done, I felt like.
Krusty Drawers is the amazing lady who went up
Yes.
on Hales' first live stream and schooled her
was
in the most
her.
Yes.
That was her.
beautiful way. We were
Oh,
all
yes.
literally willing you on, girl. I had never met you before then, hadn't known about you, but I swear every single cell of my being was willing you on. I
It really
hope
was.
you
You
could
were
feel that.
amazing.
I loved it. Yes, crusty dry. I just wasn't ready.
I like
Names
I
are
like an intelligent woman with a sense of humor, though.
I do too. Names are cracking me up tonight. But when I went back the next day to look at her live stream, she had up the live chat and the regular comments cut off. There was no live chat to show. You had turned those off. And it was a whole mess. She talks to people on the phone. She doesn't. She cries. She doesn't cry. I was almost concerned about her stability, almost. Then I thought about all the horrible things she has said and done and thought, nah. And another thing. If you are done with this whole heels on the ground, then be done with it. But if other people want to have the conversation, they got things that they want to say, don't try to make them feel bad for things they want to say. Okay?
Oh, she's gonna join true crime now, everybody. So, weirdly, the very people that she has been in this sector reeling against for the past couple of years, whether Hales likes it or not, you are now on their team because you will be forever, no matter what it is you say or do. Unfortunately, that is part of you. That's why if you'd have just owned your previous behavior, a lot of people, I think, would have supported you. But this back and forth, I didn't do it, I maybe was there, I wasn't, it was me on the grassy knoll, it wasn't situation. It's not good. It's not doing your credibility that you claim to have any good. That's gone. That's shot to pieces.
Single-handedly, she did that.
Mm-hmm.
I remember TJ came in when we were watching it the other night. She's like, what have I missed? I'm like, TJ, it's worse than we thought. It's so bad. For me,
yeah, it really was.
Yeah, it was.
Because I went back and watched what I missed, and I'm like, wow, this lady just needs to pack it up and go home.
Yes. Personally, for me, I prefer to know who I'm dealing with. And if those are look, everybody can have their views. But to me, this came across very bitter, and as a very bitter woman, a very spiteful woman. And I'm just not comfortable with her views. That's how I feel about it. I'm good with her going on somewhere. I'm good with it.
I thought the spite particularly was telling. The way that she called Six Up and Burnt Toast bitches, she called Burnt Toast a whore.
Yeah.
There was absolutely no need for it. She threatened to make videos about Six Up's past. Now, Six Up's past is far in the past. Six Up is a delightful person who works every day to make herself better. And I don't want to be petty. I prefer to deal with the factual or the funny. The funny might have a bit of spice to it occasionally, but it is essentially funny. I don't do it to hurt anyone. If it sort of damages your self-belief a little, perhaps your self-belief needed a little puncturing, Tiffany. But if you're going to get spicy with Six Up, I can get spicy with you. If you're going to make out of spite, just because she dared to email you and ask you your side ahead of time, and then she was disappointed by you, and then we were concerned about her because this was the second hit that she'd taken in a month of people that she admired and become close to turning out to be complete frauds. She had every right to be upset. There were two things that came close together. You're seeing it as just about you. You were only 50% of the issue. If your revenge drives you to the point where you think that you have to make videos about somebody's past who has done nothing to you, then be prepared for backlash.
Well, it's laughable too, because Hales, you have just put yourself slap bang on the same level as Ziggy, because everything that has already been, could be, possibly ever said about Six Up history has already been there, done that, been put out
Exactly.
in technicolor detail. We've all seen it.
Mhm.
And the difference between her and you, Hales, is that Six Up has taken accountability, responsibility, and a moral inventory of her entire self, both legally and for herself.
That's
She
so
has
true.
changed her entire life.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike
You could take lessons from Six Up.
Right?
Seriously, if you want to reevaluate your life and move forward constructively, you could take lessons from Six Up instead of trying to tear her down because she tried to reach out to you. And then when you showed yourself for what you were, she decided she didn't want anything else to do with you, which is completely her right.
And the way she came across was like, oh, really? Oh, you were just so devastated. That ruined your day. Lady, that really showed your character right there. You are
Right
very
there.
bitter. You're a very bitter woman. And I don't know if this is for you, unless you're just going to come back with spite, which I can see it. I could probably see you doing that. You have taken you've not looked at yourself at all. You've looked at everybody else. You've blamed everybody else. And
She has only cared about what everybody else wants her to do. And then she thinks that she gets there, but she misses the mark completely because it's not real. And she struggles with it. That having that live chat off on that live stream didn't do her any favors. She couldn't read a damn room, and she didn't know how bad she was missing the mark. But it got even crazier when she went on that other Morbid's live.
I missed that, and I had to watch it through Laura Hellfar. And
That was a shit show.
I didn't catch all of it. And from what I understand, that guy didn't even know what was going on. He just, you know how people will do that? They'll just jump on the bandwagon just to be a part of it, but they ain't got a clue what's going on.
He infuriated me. It was some sort of Joe Rogan, I'm rolling a blunt, I can't really be bothered to interact with you. Why are you all worked up? Bullshit. I really had no time for it. If you
Morbid's a
don't know
low-key
what you're
troll.
talking about, if you
Low-key
don't
troll.
Sorry?
Yeah, it
Morbid's
wasn't
a
cool
low-key
though.
troll.
Yeah.
It caused Glare, to even become more. it really it escalated the situation.
Yes, it did.
With Glare because of how flippant he was being about a subject that so many people really took seriously, and this dude didn't. He had no background on what he was even getting himself in for. I thought it was just really, really bad.
Well, if
that was
he's
my
a
first
troll,
time being at his channel, and probably be my last.
Oh yeah, and if he's a troll, they will make moves like that just to piss people off more. I'm going to take a hot topic and I'm going to act like I don't give about it. Which
That's exactly what he was doing. That is exactly what he was doing.
Has a long history of doing that, and he has stepped in some very hot water himself from time to time. So to him, genuinely, he could have meant it was nothing because he has taken similar hits and has survived in various forms. Whether you like him or not, that's who he is. The problem is he is a very eloquent speaker at times. There's times where if only he engaged with people, there's a lot of things he could do, because there's times where he's hilariously funny, and then other times where you're like, oh my good lord, did you just say that? Oh dear. Oh,
you know what
dear,
I
dear,
thought
dear.
about? Speaking of people like him that are controversial and people like Hills with her views, I was going to tell her, but she had the chat shut off. Tommy Sotomayor, go join his. But damn it, Tommy got deplatformed.
What?
Damn it. Oh yeah, she'd fit in right. She'd fit right in with Tommy. But yeah, he got deplatformed, so I don't guess she'll be going over there. Anyone that knows Tommy knows what I'm talking about. Oh, SV must be
SV,
on.
that would be Soup.
Yeah.
The curly-headed beauty at the bottom, who is
best
a
impressions.
notorious impersonator.
Sometimes I am. Sometimes I miss the mark.
It's the one time I'm going
Do
to
Queen
say,
Bee.
silence, Soup, silence, you know nothing. Soup does the best impressions all the time. She doesn't think she does. Let me just also tell the world, for my ringtone, my message tone, I have Soup's voice that emanates from my phone at any given moment of the day. It doesn't matter what is going on in my little life, what terrible things are happening on YouTube. As soon as I
It'll
hear
crack you
Soup's
up.
voice, it cracks me the F up. It's amazing. I love it. Love it.
That's funny.
And other people love it too.
Do your impression of Queen Bee.
I don't know, y'all. I just got some emails. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I got these emails. Fucking Dolly. Don't y'all get mad. We're just having a good time.
Everybody gets it over here.
Which Soup quote is it though,
We? Now she's on mute and can't hear.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to be well behaved and not make noise. You see, I'm trying to teach the glitter ninjas. Sorry. Sorry. That just fell out of my mouth. I'm sorry. Right. Please hold. Carry on for like 30 seconds.
Okay.
While Wee's going off to do that, can I come back to a comment somebody made about Tiffany saying that she doesn't give permission for that picture to be used? It is deliberately poorly done so that it specifically doesn't meet any criteria of revenge porn. There is no sexuality aspect to it. It is contortionism. It is a parody based on the fact that you go on about your hips being put out. Parody is a legally protected form of free speech.
It is.
You may dislike that image, but parody-wise, I am on good legal standing. In fact, that parody there is no different to me showing this parody here. Of you as a bat over Dunkin' Donuts. They're just different styles of parody, but they are both the same thing. Parody is a legally protected form of free speech.
Pearl's
like
trying
some
to be
sort of-
serious. Pearl's trying to be serious after putting
And we're
something
cracking up.
It's like a Hitchcock movie.
I'm not trying to be
That's
that
what this is
serious.
like.
I'm making a serious point, but it's just the same. Just because it shows arms and legs which aren't yours and which clearly aren't yours, it doesn't mean that it has any aspect of dubious sexual nature or revenge porn. It is not your body. It is poorly done. It is a parody. It is no different to my putting your face on a bat.
Pearl, I remember when you put this in Discord. Is this the one where I was in the bathroom and I hollered and everybody asked what was wrong with me, or was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready. I'm gonna go on mute. Oh shit.
You see these little hoops in the background? That's where Tiffany bounces her cups through at the servers behind the counter. Just
Oh,
saying,
so that's where, yeah, that's where she throws them, huh?
Yep, she uses them as like target practice. She just gets points for each one, apparently. By the way, Tiffany, before you start suing half of YouTube for your pictures, you might want to continue on with your little lol cow situation you had going with Benny first. Do you know that dude that you're cuddling up to? That guy that you made a whole performance about? Carry on.
Yeah, you gotta. He wanted to do some very strange things. I don't understand.
Isn't that where some of the
Marlena.
pictures came from?
Fugly Fanny. Yes, this is an anti-Tiffany show. Yes, you have hit the mark.
Marlena, Tiffany's face was on that bat. You might need to see it in bigger format. I can email it to you if you want a better copy.
I've got a response for you, Marlena. I have a response for you. Hold on, have to turn her.
That one.
Is that your phone?
I love that one.
Girl made that for me. I love that one. I could barely hear it, but I knew what it was. Oh, hell far. No.
I think we should make a voice clips as part of our members only content, huh? Or
Oh, yeah.
one of the
When
perks.
we get there, I think that's actually a good idea.
Absolutely.
Yes. Let's commercial break it. Oh yeah, Fugly Fanny, get on out. This ain't your no.
Soup, did you see the new? Were you here for the new commercials?
No, I missed them.
Oh,
Shall
we
I
should
run
be
the
named
new ones?
bullies.
I'll run the new ones again. Then you'll particularly enjoy the first one, I think.
I think you're
back.
right,
I'll go
Fugly.
stay
I'm going to
Fugly.
change it to. I'll change it now for you, Soup the Bully. Get on out with your sensitive.
What would?
The Jerks are sponsored by Ziggy's Fantastical Fiction. Stories beyond belief.
You may know her from her many blockbuster stories. From her original breakout hits, My Drugs and DUI Stories, and her Green Card Marriage for Profit, she has gone on to attract attention with other audience-grabbing tales. Who can forget I Found the Bones? Puppy? What puppy? The Ben Hill Baby Factory. Chasing Jason, and the epic, fairy tale, fantasy romance, Rewriting Our Story. There was the more controversial, Stalked by a Window Ninja. What's a little financial fraud between friends? The truly outlandish, The Jerks Cursed My Vulva. And the questionable, Tarot for Idiots, by Idiots. Fred, My Meth Man of Mystery. Become a true crime charlatan. Waving wire for fun and profit. And the enduring series, Tales of Tiffany. Including the classic titles. That Bitch, Tiffany. Tiffany is good. Tiffany Revealed. My Friend, Tiffany. And the latest edition, Tiffany is Evil. For many, Ziggy's most famous tall tale is her evergreen classic, I'm So Transparent Guys. Who knows where the stories will take us next? But I think we can safely predict, it will be something monumentally fucked up.
Great job.
The Jerks are sponsored by 6-Up Window Ninja. Dirty deeds, done dirt cheap.
I'm not over chasing Jason. Chasing Jason.
It was funny, because I made all the Tiffany ones before that clip of her saying that she doesn't change her opinion of Tiffany. Oh, you weren't here when I played that, were you? Would you like 1 minute of Ziggy being
love it.
hilarious?
I'm still laughing about the cursed vulva.
Oh yeah.
Yourself,
She
all
really-
of you. Whoever
I've
brought
never-
up a fake fucking check.
No, somebody in the comments said, didn't Ziggy defend Tiffany at one time? No, I've never defended Tiffany with anything that I can think of. Have I? When have I ever defended Tiffany? Whether I was cool with her or not. I didn't ever change. My viewpoints do not change. about somebody's actions just because if I like them or don't like them, you know.
Oh, Ziggy, let me remind you, and it was actually over in Circle Jerks. You came in our chat defending this foolery. Then you strike up a live talking about, I mean, guys, we all knew that she wrote a bad check. I just think AB's doing this because he's mad, guys. It's because he's mad. Who cares? That's how that went. You defended it.
And she yelled at me because I called her out on it.
You're always getting yelled at.
I always get yelled at. It's because I tell you what I really think.
Oh, Lord. Oh, yeah. And for anybody new here, I'm so glad you're here. But also, this is not like, I got to put this disclaimer out, and I'm not being a smart ass. I really ain't. This is not a crybaby channel. If you are very sensitive and like everything triggers you, comedy, satire, jokes, conversation, if that's just too much for you, then we probably ain't where you want to be, because we came here to have a good time, and that's what we're going to do. I feel like that needs to be stated, because
they need to know what they they subscribe to.
Right.
Your favorite creator is probably going to get goofed on occasionally here and there. It's going to happen. If that's going to upset you, we always say we're not really big on trigger warnings, but there's an X. You can always click and get out.
Yeah, and it's not an airport either. Thank you, Buttercup. Buttercup's day one. She's been with us a long time. Pack your diapers and move on. Because, I mean, look, everybody on YouTube's always crying about something, offended about something. It gets really weird out here. And we created a channel to talk about what we're seeing going on out here and to bring some comedy and laughter to it. So if it's not your thing and you easily get offended, yeah, I'm so sorry.
This is the kind of conversations that we had in our Discord with each other. And we created a channel. What?
Complete Chaos says, stop being fake. The lies of QB is far more exciting than Ziggy. Why won't you call her out? Scared can't call her out your own. Who you talking to?
Queen Bee isn't our own.
I don't know.
If you feel that strongly about it, make a video. We'll review it.
I swear. You all have channels. Make a channel. That's what I done.
You obviously
we don't have some alliance with Queen Bee.
You have the information to hand. Put it together. Send it to us. We'll review it. I don't have a problem with that.
I love it when
I'm
people
going to spend my time after the week that I have had digging up a whole load of new information straight off the bat after the last one. No, but I will certainly view anything that you make or that you put together. I don't have a problem
don't
with that.
assume. You'd be surprised who I might.
Hello? Oh, was that just Soup that dropped out? Okay. I thought I dropped out. I'm having really bad problems staying connected tonight.
People puzzled by the zombie vulva thing. I don't have it uploaded, but I do. I've put the link in private chat if anybody wants to share screen and show it. If you decide you don't want to, I fully understand.
What is it?
The zombie vulva thing, and some people are querying the book title because all the rest they can understand references, but not the zombie vulva. For those of you who weren't fortunate enough to be involved in that conversation, we were actually on our last channel accused of doing some sort of black magic thing, and
it was me
cursing Ziggy's private parts. And I wish I was joking because it sounds absolutely mental, but no, that is actually what we were accused of. And she said that on one of her lives. So that's where the zombie vulva comes from.
I did it.
I got it pulled up. Y'all ready?
Quiet.
Ready.
Yep, we're ready.
All right, you sharing screen?
Oh, somebody has to help you. I'm on my phone.
Oh, we might not be able to.
We
then.
had it.
Yeah, but somebody
To
has
do
to
is
be
let
able
her.
to hit the share.
Pearl,
What do I
Pearl,
need to
just
do?
allow that thing up. Just put
Just
it
that
up on the
screen.
screen.
Allow that thing up.
That's what they say to me, everybody.
Allow that thing up.
Okay, now what?
There we go. That's all.
Okay.
And find something you're passionate about besides Ziggy.
Zombie vulva.
Now this is a story all about how my life got turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute to sit right here and I'll tell you how I became Ziggy Zombie Vulva. Please excuse my redness. I'm a little irritated. I'm sure, by now, you've heard the rumors of what happened to me. Well, I'm here to tell you it's true. Those hateful Discord bitches plotted for months against me. They planned and schemed and started their own channel, Circle Jerk. They were driven by greed and envy. Yes, I know they all have partners and their own homes, successful careers or businesses, even retired in a couple of cases. But I know that envy of my freedom and my personal and business success was eating them up inside. Guys, why else would they leave me? They hated that I was involved in an epic new romance. They were jealous of my love life, so they cursed me. I know because I was told by several non-specific tarot card readings on YouTube that dark forces were acting against me. But even before then, I knew something weird was going down, because my new partner certainly wouldn't. They voodooed me. I became vulva non grata. The love lift didn't visit my basement. The tongue did not hit the groove. It had to be black magic. Nothing else made sense. So I don't get in the shower every day. My laundry habits are irregular, and I spend all my time in bed or pressed into a recliner chair cushion. How picky could a lifelong smoker with a taste for spicy food actually be? I used all my charm, but he refused to roll out his red carpet directly to my entry. So here I am, red with rage. That raw, itchy feeling of rage. That rage so strong you can smell it in the air, and I'm asking for your help. Wait. What's that rustling sound? Is that a mouse? No. It's soap.
Y'all that are new, this really happened to a point. Now we added, well, Pearl definitely added some things to it, but she really accused us of cursing her vulva. This shit can't be made up, y'all. Come on.
And she also complained that you wouldn't go down on her. I didn't.
Right.
It's all based in things that were actually said. As hard as that is to believe, I know.
I
There was
know,
a whole,
Agent. The
whole
image and the
conversation
cat.
about a piercing that I'll never forget. There's
Oh,
things that I
God.
know about Ziggy that I wish I didn't know. And, it's now just information that is stored inside my unfortunate head. It's a terrible place. This is
She
why I'm so broken, y'all.
If
she
you accuse
answered
stupid
questions
stuff,
that were never asked.
Right.
never, ever, ever, ever asked. If you accuse us of stupid stuff or you make outrageous claims, I will take it and run with it. So be aware.
Mm-hmm.
I also love that from that particular angle, the talking vulva also is reminiscent of the Zigster on camera, that it's practically staring up at the sky, looking for
Yes.
divine intervention of it all. I'm like, yep, this works. This works in ways I don't think you'd even realized, and it's perfect.
With the cat, the coat, and the angry meat curtains.
The things that cat has seen, it's terrible.
I love explaining our creative process to people. Somebody comes up with a smart ass idea and everybody else pushes to come make it into fruition. Definitely how it works.
Niecy, I'm sorry. All right, y'all. I got to jump down for the night because where I've got that pulled muscle or nerve, whatever, in my neck. I think the medication's kicking in. I'm gonna get down.
Oh no, we want you to stay then.
No.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
I'll hurt feelings and everything.
Good night, Soup. Take it easy.
Good night. Feel better.
We'll catch you in Discord tomorrow.
Can we please play the pigeon video?
Yes.
Please, that's my very favorite.
Oh, you mean the one I made?
Yes, I love it. That's my very favorite.
We're all Eliza getting the blame for everything.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so...
I swear I could watch that thing 50 times a day.
I tell you what, there was an aggressive pigeon over at Matthews, and it was going
I
at it
couldn't
with
stop.
Eliza.
I could not stop seeing that video in my head the whole time I was up there. Oh man, that is exactly what I was envisioning. Her going, "Oh yeah, I'll fly over your house and poop on your face."
I was sitting here thinking, I can't believe I'm sitting watching a cartoon guy and two women in over 40, one trying to have a decent conversation, but eventually resorting to making comical remarks back, and one threatening to fly over to somebody's house and poop on their face. Do you know what? They keep on about teenagers online and the stuff that they get up to. It's their mothers and their grandmothers you want to worry about, because yee.
Right. It's crazy. It's that complete role reversal of your children are actually more mature than most of these people that we see roaming the streets on a daily basis, where you're like, oh my goodness, they allow you to have a driving license? Really? Really? That seems like a bad idea.
I even hit her with the old, "I know you are, but when am I?"
Yes, I did
And they kept
notice.
Oscar Mayer song.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
This is why I will never go over to the bingo community. I just don't have the heart or the weapons for it. I bet it's vicious over there, but it's hell's grannies, full on fighting.
Right.
Imagine the community. Look what's come out of there.
Aggressive daubing skills beyond belief. You bet her little dauber thingy is purple as well. You just know. You just know. She probably sprinkles glitter on the page as well. Ugh. Ugh.
Glitter doctor.
That really does sound like a specialized insult, doesn't it? You glitter dauber.
It does sound a bit close to the knuckle, in fairness. Not like Tiffany Marie close to the knuckle, but you know, that kind of
Damn it, we.
Right, I'm going to go now before I get them all in trouble.
I hope
Bye,
she's
love
got a
you.
spare
Bye.
wig. She's going to flip the one that she's wearing when she hears this.
Bye, we.
Bye, we.
Right? Yes, there is a YouTube bingo community, believe it or not. I was as shocked as you are. But there actually is a bingo community, and they have hella drama.
Do you know what? A few years back when I was involved in the music community, we knew that there was stuff going down in the knitting community over an article written about the Steubenville rape case. And it's astonishing that the knitting community can be a really vicious place. And then we had Laura telling us that there was something going on in the candle community.
Right?
There must be a soap community as well. I wonder if Dolly is actually part of the soap community.
Ooh,
And I don't mean
that might be our next investigation. Look out, Dolly. We're going to look into the soap community and find out what you've been up to.
Isla Volta, I so misread your comment and was about to say, I don't wish to investigate the flashlight community. Flashlight community. Thank you very much. No wish to probe that community whatsoever.
God, a flashlight community. Who would have thunk? Wow.
Every community around here is
There's
a
a whole
disaster, is what I'm
community.
seeing.
Sorry, darling?
I said all the communities are a disaster as far as I've seen.
I gather there's a community based around mowing your lawn that is really competitive.
People get pretty serious about their gardens, so I could imagine that, you know.
Nisi B, I had a similar conversation to this a while back. The idea that elderly people suddenly become sweet old dears, they are very much still the people that they used to be. Some of them, when Alzheimer's takes hold, become more aggressive and more violent. But fundamentally, most older people are the people they've always been. It's like I said about being in a wheelchair. When you become a wheelchair user, you don't suddenly become angelic. If you were a dick before, you're now a dick on wheels. It doesn't fundamentally change you. You get the odd person who goes from one extreme to majorly. You are still fundamentally the person that you were before. You just wheel rather than walk. And that's very much the same with older people.
Very much.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm in
and
the bingo.
packing up the flashlight community. Here comes Kriss. She's driving a car she traded her kids for. Be on the
Beep, beep.
lookout. Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh, licked. You were licked in the face? Okay.
The plant community.
These guys, the lines are on. Oh boy.
Oh dear. I'm now wondering what is the most obscure sort of vanilla community on YouTube. I'm not talking extreme fetish. I'm talking about the, it's like, is there a Tupperware community?
Oh, I bet there is. I bet there. You know what? I know there is. There's a Temu community.
Oh my God.
Drop my link.
Can you drop your link? Imagine in the Temu. community, how many people are sharing their links saying, hey, get me my, what is it? What do they need? Like water for their plants or something?
I don't know what the game is. I
Feeding
just hear a lot
imaginary
about it.
fish. Feeding an
feeding.
imaginary fish for a voucher for something plastic from China.
There's a Dollar Tree community? Really?
Do you remember that time when Ink had the rage on because there was a $5 aisle at the dollar store?
Yeah. She got so mad about that.
She thought it was a ripoff. She was so pissed.
I wonder if she wrote to the CEO about it.
Oh yes, that's. Has anyone heard about Ziggy Island?
I
did hear something about that.
Shot. I'm like, what the heck? She just like totally ripped off.
Speaking of a Wish version.
Idea, the Wish version of Dolly's Turtle Island.
Exactly.
Or Timu version.
Island. There you go, Zig.
Because she hasn't gotten in enough trouble for gambling and raffle type stuff. I don't know.
I think as long as it's done through.
Don't help her. Don't help her. Let her get. Don't you help her.
Oh, I'm sure she's got somebody who's gratefully. I'm sure she's got somebody who's gratefully received an edible arrangement who will help her. You know, I'm absolutely driven to the ground with envy that she sends somebody an edible arrangement.
Oh
I know you are.
Oh,
you know how much you like your satsumas.
I do love a satsuma, but I do love not having my address doxed even more.
There's that.
Is there a hoarders community?
I would imagine there's probably a lot of hoarders communities and everyone's a member of every single one.
Right? But they can't remember where they put it because it's on the box somewhere.
Who is Cecil? What am I watching? Your guess is as good as ours.
Just the jerks being jerks.
I don't know if there is a Coke Zero community, but there does seem to be like some people are really addicted, aren't they, to Coke Zero or Diet Coke or a particular soda. Yeah, cracking ass is the nervous gas community. Probably comes after the Coke Zero community. Now, you see, Stars, you've got me now. I'm going to have to admit, there is a guy, and I cannot even remember his name because I've just subbed to his YouTube channel and I can't recall his name. And all he does is react to people filling stuff up, filling jars up and restocking items. And he's hilarious.
Oh, I've seen that guy. He is so funny. I know the guy you're talking about.
He's an English guy, and he's like, to the what?
Fill it to the brim. That guy?
Yes, it's ridiculous, but he's so entertaining. And he gets so irritated when people don't fill things up to the top. And I can't believe I'm admitting that I watch this stuff.
Well, you're not really
Suddenly, Sister Wives seems like an intellectual choice. And I'm not against Sister Wives. When Sister Wives comes back, Soup is actually going to be doing sort of discussion about Sister Wives. We'll be fitting that in as an episode somewhere, or some other reality show, because Soup's commentary is just gold, even if you're not interested in the program.
She loves her reality TV. That is Soup's guilty pleasure is reality TV. So
I'll be
it was
honest, I will pretty much watch and listen to Soup comment on anything because she's just entertaining. She was leaving voice notes in in the Discord the other day, where she was the only one up, the only person around, and she was watching some other channel, and she was doing sort of live voice note. You heard the person say something, and you heard Soup's response, and I was laughing so much.
Yeah.
I seriously would pay money just to listen to it.
She's a crack up.
She does that in my DMs throughout the day. Whatever she's listening to, she'll be bitching in my DMs about it with those little voice notes. So I get all day Soup commentary about everything. It is the best.
It really is. It really is.
Hey, Barbie. Yes, I love Soup's voice. I could listen to it all day. I keep saying if only they would put Soup's voice on automated things, machines, tickets, that sort of thing, I'd be less inclined to want to thump them on the regular. But no, just robot voice.
No one would be a classic if they could put Soup's voice into your GPS. Can you imagine her telling you that? Turn around now, I told you.
When you've gone too far, and it goes, hellfire.
If you won't turn around, you're embarrassing yourself. Go to bed.
Let me drop.
You're embarrassing yourself. Take the next exit. Do a U-turn.
Yeah, she would be great. I've always thought that the GPS should be a little snarky when you mess it up and don't do what it wants you to do. You know how if you ignore your GPS because you know that there's a better way and you just keep doing it, but it keeps repeating for you to turn around every chance there's a spot for you to turn around.
Yeah, that's always great.
Is Six Up going live after us? I can't remember. I think she is, isn't she?
She is going live, and tonight is her celebration giveaway.
Ooh.
I know. So exciting. So if you are subbed up, go over.
And even if you're not subbed up, go over. You'll enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Get subbed up.
JBT has a premiere for 8 p.m. Eastern tonight.
I have no idea what. Hang on, 8 p.m.
Maybe.
So half an hour's time. Well, you're breaking
I
up,
think
darling.
it's a pigeon thing.
I thought he was going live tomorrow night. Am I mixed up?
I don't know, but I'm almost certainly mixed up.
I got a thing that he had a premiere in 30 minutes. The irony of it all was the purple pigeon.
Okay.
Well, we definitely don't want to miss that.
Well, we'll check that out. Oh, it's just a video. Okay, so we'll watch that and then head over to Six Ups.
DCB, when I worked in low-income housing, if we didn't laugh, we would never have made it. Laughter will take you a long way in surviving in this world. I firmly believe, even black humour, there are some times when things are getting really grim and you just have to find the funny in it, because otherwise you would just give up. Complete chaos, am I blocked? No, I can see you. So, and JBT can see you, so no, you're definitely not blocked. We're generally not very block happy over here. We don't even mind a bit of trolling as long as you're not an idiot about it. You know, sort of none of the great isms. Make yourself funny. You can be a bit offensive. We don't mind. Yes, Tanga, I've just seen your message in the back, and yeah, that's very much me. I am. I'm starting to deflate.
You getting tired?
Yeah, I'm like one of those inflatable dancing things outside of garages but unfortunately, my get up and go is getting up and going. It's 12:35, and I don't know what is wrong with me tonight. I just don't have the oomph.
Yeah, I'm not
I've
full of
probably been
energy tonight
cursed.
either.
Oh no, not cursed.
I didn't curse your vulva, I promise.
Who cursed her ump? Oh, I want to know. Damn tarot cards.
Complete chaos. Cindy did receive almost all the money back. I would not guarantee that Ziggy paid it. It came through Ziggy, but I don't know where the money came from. There is still a small amount of money that is owing, but we're greatly relieved that the vast majority of it did actually get paid through Ziggy, not necessarily from Ziggy. It seems unlikely that somebody who was having trouble making the payments would suddenly be able to conjure that amount of money out of thin air. So I don't think it's unfair to speculate that it was in fact paid by somebody else through Ziggy. But we were relieved for Cindy's sake that she did receive most of the money back.
Yeah. And Kraken is getting her ump back. If you talked over, a pro would like some ump.
Yes, I could do with some oomph. It was a great relief, Barbie. It really was. Cindy's very special to us, and you know, she's had first Ziggy and then Lolita. It's just been one sort of disappointment after another. But we roll on.
Take a lesson from it and go.
We frosty in the bushes. Get out of my bush.
Oh, we.
I thought you'd gone.
Oh, Soup?
Soup's in the chat.
Yeah. She just didn't want to stay up there because she was worried about her medication kicking in.
Oh, no, you see, that would have been interesting. Hey,
That's
Jimmy.
But, you know, she might offend somebody, hurt their feelings or something, you know. Thanks for the reminder. Happy birthday, Wee. Bugs reminded me I didn't wish you a happy birthday today. Oh, darn, I should have done it when you were up here.
Gemini Slacker, you are not joking. It has been quite the thing, hasn't it? Yes.
And it's only July.
Yes.
There's still months of stuff yet to happen. It's been interesting this year. It sure has.
Yeah, complete chaos. I'm not willing to speculate on anything that extreme. I think it's far more likely that somebody else loaned the money. I think that speculating as to what was done for money is, no.
Yeah, go there.
Let's not. Well, ladies, I am ready to step down. I'm absolutely keeling over. Normally I've got a bit more pep in me, but I'm afraid.
Do you want to go ahead and close this out?
I'm good with that.
I'm good with that, yeah. That would suit me. And then we can get ourselves organised and all head over to JBT's, who is wonderful. Six Up son. He's fantastic, man. He really is.
Have we dropped his link so everybody knows where to go?
Yeah,
they
people have been dropping his link.
Premiere tonight, and then 6 Ups after.
Everyone gets a 6 Ups for her 4,000 giveaway, right? Her 4,000 subscriber giveaway.
Yeah.
Everyone's favourite window ninja. Oh, you're breaking up, darling.
Can we roll out on Perp's 51 Flux Salute? I really like that one.
Yes, that seems like a good way to end. Let me just get that sorted.
Yeah, because I'm not able to do it. I promise I'm trying, but my phone is not helpful tonight.
Thanks everyone for being here. Thank you to our new subs. Hit a like as you head out the door. We'll see you all Wednesday.
And fucking get on fucking rights, fucking fuck over and vote, right? Fuck up, fucking motherfuckers with their own fucking conscience, fucking fuckers. Fucking get the fuck over it. Everybody fucking else, fucking weak, fucking, I get fucking interrupted. Fucking do that, fucking surpasses her dumb ass. Fucking motherfuckers, get the fuck up here. Fucking sorry motherfuckers, I'm gonna tell you that right fucking now. Get the fuck over it and fucking get all these channels against me. I did what I did within my fucking rights on YouTube. Oh fucking well. From start to fucking finish, from fucking listening to me. Fuckers. Oh fucking thing. My motherfucking fault. Fucking sick of it. I can't do a motherfucking thing. Fucking 6-up. Fucking fucker. Oh fucking. And fucking get on fucking rights. Fucking fuck off. Let me fucking thing. You wouldn't fucking treat them like that. So they be in the fucking studio, right? I have 10 fucking business days from the day I fucking filed to submit paperwork. And I'm gonna use every last one of those fucking days. Don't have those fucking strikes in my fucking studio. Y'all are fucking ridiculous. Go fucking review somebody else. I did what I did within my fucking right. She can fucking pick up the phone and call her. She can fucking hit the panel or fucking bounce. Fucking sorry ass loser, bitch. Fucking strikes. I ain't even the one that gets the fucking emails. My motherfucking fault. They fucking talk over you, do what they fucking did. And why the fuck is Tim in my chat?
You're embarrassing yourself. Go to bed.
Good night.